Rural Heritage on RFD TV is brought to you by Rural Heritage Magazine, a bi-monthly magazine featuring articles about farming and logging with draft animal power, small-scale diversified family farming and homesteading, and other aspects of our rich rural heritage. Rural Heritage Magazine, borrowing from yesterday to do the work of today. For subscription information, please call 319-362-3027 or order online at www.ruralheritage.com. Hi, I'm Joe Mishka of Rural Heritage TV. We bring you two stories today. First, we'll attend an event in Linden, Kansas, where horse and mule teamsters compete in a variety of classes designed to test their driving skills. Then later, we'll get a lesson from Don Copa of Little Falls, Minnesota, as he teaches us how to set up a sulky plow behind a team of horses. But first, we're off to Linden, Kansas, where Frank Burkdoll tells us about the event there.
What we're in the middle of having going on today is farm team competition. We've got teams in here from Texas, Iowa, Missouri, and Kansas. We've got all breeds of horses here. We're letting everybody play together. All different sizes. Anybody that wants to come, enter, more than welcome to.
And so what are the classes?
We have a cultivator race, we have an obstacle course, we have a log skid, we have a feed team race, and then we have a barrel race.
Why do you put on an event like this?
Because we enjoy doing it ourselves, and there's not too many that will let all breeds and all sizes of horses compete together. And we do it for fun. Yeah, we have a little bit of payback, but it's for fun and the competitiveness, the camaraderie, and just everybody having the same interest in their horses and just having a good time.
It kind of demonstrates the proficiency of drivers and the training of the horses, these kinds of classes?
It gives us a good general aspect of what our forefathers used to have to do with their horses. With a log skid, we are using an actual log. For a cultivator race, we're using an old cultivator. We're trying to utilize things as it would have been back in the older times when guys had to use the horses in this manner. Yes, you have to be able to control your horse. Everything will be at a walk trot. If they break into a canter, that is a deduction. So everything is a timed event. Within the timed event, we have cones set up that are obstacles, and if they knock a tennis ball off, that is a penalty. So we take your time, penalties, whichever has the lowest combined score will be our winner. We will have a payback for each class, plus we will give an overall buckle for whoever wins has the highest score overall.
How many teams did you think you're going to have today by the time you're done?
16 teams.
16, really?
We had 19, but we had a couple, three that had to scratch. One called this morning and said he had truck trouble coming in, so he scratched this morning. But we've had that many entries, and really excited with that for being our very first time of ever trying to put one of these on here. We're really excited with that number. Next year we hope there's more. We'd like to make this an annual event and maybe make it a 2-day event if we can really get things put together and see how this goes.
And when it goes to 2 days, you're obviously going to have more classes that you're going to add, but the same kinds of classes?
Possibly have the same class, change up the obstacles where it wouldn't be the same one, but have 2 days of primarily the same events.
It's not going to be a horse show?
No, sir. No, sir.
Not performance horses?
No, sir.
Not halter horses?
No, sir. No, everything will be team competition. Now, if we went to 2-day, we might go to a single horse. If we could do that, had enough entries of people wanting to pull a log with a single horse, something like, we might. But that's very
in the future.
In the future.
How many do you have here of your horses? How many equine do you have here?
We've got 3 teams here today. We've got a team of Hoflinger mules, 2 teams of Hoflinger horses.
Are you driving all of them?
No, sir. I'll drive the Hoflingers. Wife will drive the Hoflinger mules. And I got to be real careful because she got a good chance of beating me.
That'd be all right, wouldn't it? No?
Yes.
Okay.
It has its days. She's a good competitor, really is.
They had a good teacher.
It's hot today.
It's going to be very hot here. We're going to have to really be careful to make sure everybody stays hydrated. The horses keep hydrated. A lot of these horses, our log is a big log, but they're only in there for like 3 or 4 minutes at the most. Everything is a timed event, so they're not in there for that long a time, but we're going to have to be sure that they get cooled off and be ready to go for the next event.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, they proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
If you enjoy seeing how our ancestors lived during America's rule yesterday, you're going to love looking at these books. Volume 1 is fieldwork showing horses and vintage tractors preparing seedbeds, planting, cultivating, and harvesting the crop. Volume 2 shows the work being done in the barn and farmyard, feeding and watering the livestock, getting the crop into the barn, milking the cows, shearing the sheep, and collecting the eggs. In Volume 3, we go inside the home to see the family in the kitchen canning vegetables, in the parlor listening to the radio, and in the dining room for family supper. We also head into town to shop at the general store or visit on the town square on Saturday night. Each book has over 140 large format pages. They sell for $24.95 each, or you can buy 2 for $44.95, or all 3 for $54.95 plus shipping. Call 1-877-647-2452 to order. That's 1-877-647-2452.
Majority of the people here with these horses are very particular with their animals. These animals are like kids to them. They're not going to injure anything for $100 or whatever. It just won't happen. I mean, we're not going to push like that. They mean too much to us. No, these aren't the high dollar horses that you hear they're selling today, but they're ours, and we want to take care of them.
And it's not, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for back home to be working horses in these kinds of temperatures so long as you took the right kinds of precautions.
That's exactly right. They had to, because that was their only means to work the field and make the hay. So they had to do it. Of course, those horses were conditioned a little better than what these are, you know, because they use them every day. We're not fortunate enough we get to do that. And we want to thank all of the people that helped sponsor us. We had several different ones. I don't know whether I can mention sponsors on here or not.
Of course you can.
Can we
Absolutely.
now?
Yeah.
We had Calhoun Jewelers in Topeka. We had Branded Chris Engler, which is one of our local real estate agents. We had the Minn America Bank out of Baldwin City, Kansas. And we had Shooter Supply, which is a gun supply place right here in Linden. And they were major contributors for this event. Our club has other sponsors, but they were the ones that really stepped up and helped us get this event started and going for this.
And in any year, that's important and a wonderful thing to get. But with the way the economy is right now, it's really, really worth mentioning that they stepped up.
Oh, they did, and our club. I have to mention our club as well. We've got a very small club, so everybody had to come up together, and we've had some conflicts and controversies, but it's all worked out. And but I want to say a special thanks to them for working with us and getting this event established and put together and put on.
And what's the name of the club?
Linden Saddle Club of Linden, Kansas.
And we are right now, are we at the
We're on our grounds. These grounds belong to the Linden Saddle Club, and I believe it was established in
I can't remember.
early 1900s.
Wow. So here they probably hold rodeos, open shows, speed and action shows, all kinds of stuff.
Multiple events go on here.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, it's a nice ground.
Beautiful grounds, and we were fortunate enough they got the hay put up this week, so it looks a lot nicer, and we're proud of it. We really, really are.
All right, that's all that I need, unless you have something else you want to say.
Nothing more than thank you. Hope anybody that's close enough will have the opportunity to watch on Rural Heritage Magazine for this to be advertised next year, and you all come. We'd like to have more teams. We'd like to have more people come and watch.
You can hear Keenan talking to his team saying G or haw. Most teams of horses or mules are trained that G means right, haw means left. That would be one part of the course where they do need to back up until they hit the cone.
We've been publishing the Draft Horse Wall Calendar for over 40 years. Our customers have come to expect beautiful and interesting photographs of draft horses printed on high-quality paper, wire-o bound so they lay flat on the wall. Large date squares make it easy to jot down appointments or events, and every grid page includes a bonus photo. We've included photos of all the major American draft horse breeds working in the woods and farm fields, as well as performing for appreciative crowds. They cost just $17.95 each with free shipping, or get 2 for just $32. You can get your calendar by calling 1-877-647-2452 or visiting our website at www.ruralheritage.com. That's 1-877-647-2452 or www.ruralheritage.com. Last year, Don Copa of Little Falls, Minnesota, explained to me how to measure and accommodate a 16-inch plow. Later, he demonstrated that plow with his team of Belgians and then let me have a try.
Show me where that 16 inches measured. Show me what that means.
From this point right here to this point right here. That's where you measure a plow to get the true measurement. If the shears wore off a little bit, you got to compensate.
So it doesn't refer to the depth of the furrow, it refers to the width of the furrow.
Usually the depth is half of what, if you're plowing, half of the distance. This is a 16 inch, so you'd probably plow about 8 inches deep. You don't have to plow that deep, but that's about the limit of it. That 12 inch would be 6 inches.
So a 16 inch plow is moving an awful lot more dirt than a 12 inch
Absolutely,
plow.
that's why.
A lot more dirt.
But generally a 16 inch, I'll put 3 horses on. 12 and 14, 2 horses. All depends what you're plowing, but in this ground here, it's sand. That should be ideal plowing here, I'm thinking.
That's cool.
The manuals on this plow will tell you for 2 horses, put your pole in the middle. But I like them all. I think I got one plow that's set up with the pole in the middle. I like them on the side because when you're going to pull this plow, if you take this and split it in 4 pieces, make a line there, you should be pulling by this point right here. Then you can get your evener and your pole and everything lined up nice and straight. Your wheels running straight in the furrow. It's not pulling crock.
You don't have side draft as much.
Yeah. A lot of guys tell me I'm all washed up on that, but
it works for you.
Proof in the pudding, put it that way.
Right. 1/4 of the way across on the top of the shear.
Yep.
Nice.
And to measure your evener is another very important, not the single trees, but the evener. This is a 12 inch, so I'm going to add 3 and 3 and 3 is 9, and then half the distance of the furrow, another 6. Now double that.
30. That's what you want for your...
That's what you should have for the evener.
Your evener, I mean,
Yeah,
the evener,
Yep, the bar, the main bar.
Yep.
Single trees, that will vary. All depends what you're doing and how big your horses are, but that's how I like to line them up. And also, I'll take a 2x4 and set it on edge, and lay it alongside the wheel. And it should just touch the shear really close to it. So you ain't riding the furrow with this wheel. And if you got a crooked furrow, you can straighten it out in a few rounds. And they're all adjustable, every breed is, but that's where you get your adjustment here.
Okay.
Or some of them you can move your wheel in or out too a little bit.
Okay. Sure.
The cases, yeah, this is another case.
This program is available for purchase. To order your copy, please call 319-362-3027 or visit www.ruralheritage.com. Rural Heritage is a bi-monthly magazine dedicated to draft animal farming and logging, as well as other aspects of our rich rural heritage. It is published by Mishka Press, which also offers a complete line of back-to-the-land books, DVDs, and calendars. Call or write for a catalog or subscription information, or visit our website at www.ruralheritage.com.